Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving deep into the world of Oracle Cloud Databases. It's a huge ecosystem, and trying to pick the right database can sometimes feel like choosing between a supercar and, I don't know, a rocket ship. They're both powerful, but for very different jobs. So, how do you make the right call? Let's break it down.
Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. This is really the big question that pretty much every IT team is facing right now. Do you need an absolute beast of a system, a real powerhouse for your core business? Or do you need something super nimble, super agile for all your new projects? Oracle's whole philosophy here is that you shouldn't have to choose. You need both. It's all about using the right tool for the job. And here's why that's so important. Businesses today are literally being pulled in two directions at once. On one hand, you've got these massive mission-critical systems, the stuff that absolutely cannot fail. But on the other hand, you've got development teams that need to innovate and move at lightning speed. Trying to manage both of these worlds and control the complexity and the cost, well, that's the big challenge. So let's start with the powerhouse, Oracle Exadata. The best way to think about this is like the Formula One car of the database world. It is engineered for one thing and one thing only: absolute top-tier performance for your most demanding, most important workloads. So what exactly is the Exadata Database Service? Well, it's Oracle's absolute flagship offering. It takes the raw power of the fastest database platform they make and combines it with all the intelligence and efficiency of the cloud. This is the go-to solution for that really heavy-duty stuff. The massive online transaction processing systems and the super complex analytics that really drive the business. Now, this is where things get really cool. It's not just a product, it's what they call a co-managed partnership. Think about it this way. Oracle handles all the really complex, heavy lifting in the background. We're talking the physical servers, the crazy fast internal network, the hypervisor, all of the infrastructure patching and security, that's on them. That frees up your team to focus on what actually matters to your business: your data, your applications, and managing the database lifecycle with powerful cloud automation. You really get the best of both worlds. And here is the real game changer. Exadata gives you total flexibility. You can run it in the public cloud, you can run it on premises in your own data center, or you can do a hybrid model. This means you have this seamless path to the cloud that works on your schedule without having to completely rebuild everything from scratch. Okay, let's totally switch gears and look at the other side of the coin. It's time to meet the Agile Builder, the NoSQL Database Service. And if Exadata is that Formula One car, then this is like a zippy electric skateboard. It's all about speed, agility, and empowering developers to build modern apps fast. The magic word you need to know here is serverless. And what that really means is that your developers can just develop. They don't have to worry about provisioning servers or managing storage or software patching or backups. Oracle takes care of all that infrastructure stuff behind the curtain, so your team can spend all their time and energy on writing great code and building incredible applications. And this thing is incredibly flexible. Just look at the data models it supports. You've got key value, which is blazing fast for things like caching or user session data. You've got document models that use JSON, which are perfect for stuff like product catalogs, where every product might have different attributes. And you've got columnar or fixed schema tables, which are fantastic for time series data from IoT sensors. But here's the best part. You can use all three of these models together through a single API. It's so powerful. And the pricing model is just as agile. It's all about controlling your costs with something called provisioned throughput. Basically, you decide exactly how much read and write capacity your application needs. If you have a spike in traffic, you can scale it up instantly. When things get quiet, you scale it right back down. You only pay for the capacity you provision, which means you're never overspending. It's kind of like having a thermostat for your database performance and cost. So we have the powerhouse F1 car and we have the agile electric skateboard. But how on earth do you manage all of this without creating total chaos? Well, that's where the Unified Command Center comes into play. Think of it as your mission control. And this is the core idea right here. The OCI Database Management Service gives you a single pane of glass. What that means is one dashboard, one unified view for all of your databases. It doesn't matter if they're on-prem, in the cloud, Exadata, or something else, you can see them and manage them all from one single place. And this tool is absolutely packed with features to make your life easier. You can get a summary of your entire fleet at a glance. You can dive deep into performance issues with the Performance tab. You can even schedule and automate all those routine tasks that take up so much time.
It's really all about bringing simplicity and centralized control back to what can be a very complex environment. This quote really nails it. It is a single, unified console that handles the entire lifecycle of your databases, from monitoring and performance management all the way to tuning and administration. It says it all.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. We've talked about the powerhouse, the agile builder, and the mission control that lets you manage everything. At the end of the day, the goal is pretty simple: to make sure you always have the exact right tool for the job, whatever that job may be.
And here it is, the cheat sheet. If you need extreme performance for those critical enterprise apps, you're looking at Exadata Service. If you need development speed and elastic scale for your new modern applications, you're looking at the NoSQL Service. And if you're the one managing a diverse fleet of databases, the Database Management Service is going to be your best friend, giving you that centralized control and efficiency.
So, when you have this kind of power, this kind of agility, and a unified command center to run it all, it really just leaves one question, right? What are you going to build next?